Now it's time to create the sign out functionality to this web application. So if we go over here into this profile page, you could see that there's actually a sign out button, which isn't functional. We created the delete one, and now we have to create the sign out one, and we have to make it accessible here, and maybe I would add one option here to sign out to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here, and we're gonna first of all go to the backend. So close all these, go to server, go to routes, go to user.route.js. Over here we have the delete. Now we have to make a route for a sign out. So it's super simple. Sign out is a post method. So when you do the sign out, you want to do it with post, and then you have the essentially you have the slash API slash user, and then you have slash sign out. So basically it's sign out like this, and then what we have is the controller, because we don't need to verify the user. Anyone can sign out. So just have let's say sign out. Okay, so now this sign out, what we could do is we could make this controller. So this controller is going to be in this user.controller.js over here right after this delete one. So this delete user, we could create the sign out. So we could say export const and then we have sign out, and then request response, and then basically that's pretty much it. And then we could simply import it. So remember to add one more thing, which is the next middleware. So now what we want to do is over here we have sign out, so we can say control space and then controller. Okay, that's perfectly done. But over here what we want to do is sign out. So the logic here is super simple, super easy sign out logic. What you want to do is, first of all, you want to add in a try and catch block. So try and catch, and then over here we have next, which is handling the error. So next error. Okay, and then in this try part, what you could do is say response dot clear cookie. You just need to clear the cookie. That's all you got to do. Name of the cookie was access underscore token. You want to clear it. Okay, so this is cleared. I don't know why I put some backticks, but access underscore token you want to clear. Status should be 200 once it's cleared. Success, success. And then we have dot JSON, and then you just add in like user signed out has been signed out. Okay, so now perfectly done, and that's our sign out controller. So this is basically being used over here, and normally you could add this in the front end. So you go to the client, go to the source, go to the components, and then over here we have the dash profile. So normally dash profile is called this thing, this thing. Okay, so we want to add it right here in the sign out. So part over here, go over to the first of all, go to the option where it says sign out. So right here, I believe it has the text which has sign out. Come on, right there. So now what we want to do is right here we could just add in an on-click listener. So right over here, basically you would create this right, just like how we created this on-click, we could create an on-click and then on-click listener, and then it should call out handle sign out functionality. We could basically create this. Now I didn't type this properly, so it's CLICK. Okay, now this is gonna complain until I define this. So I go up here right before the return, or right before the return, what we create is const handle sign out and then async. Okay, so this is basically the function. Hopefully nothing would complain. And now you want to basically create this call. So it's super simple again. What you got to basically do is you have to use the try and catch over here. So over here, if you look at try and catch, okay, so now in the catch you could just console.log error.message. Okay, this is the front end part. Remember that last time was the back end. So over here, if we want to call that API from the front end, so we have to use the fetch. So await, and then we say fetch. Okay, and since we use the fetch, we had to do async. Okay, and then what we would do is basically create call the API. So backtick slash API slash user slash sign out, like this. Okay, and then in here we have this method. So the method will be post. Remember, nothing else. We don't have to give any other things because it's not going to return. I mean, you don't have to give any files or anything like that. So this is basically the API call, and if it's a success, what you could say is const rest. So we could say rest.json. So rest.json, Okay, and then we basically await this. We want to, okay. Okay, so now we await this JSON. We could call this as const data. Okay, and then over here, what you want to say is basically if the response is not okay. So if response okay is not good, so you could just have the what we're going to use is a dispatch. Okay, instead of some kind of issue, we're going to use a dispatch. So what we're going to do is, those reducers, dispatch of reducer. So we're going to go here, redux, user slice. Here we had delete, so we could just say sign out success, only because normally you'll just have sign out and we have success. Okay, so we could basically have over here the state, and this would have all the states. So essentially it would have the current state to state.current user equal to null, state.loading is equal to false, and state.error is equal to null. Okay, so basically this is the sign out success. You could export it right here, so just add in sign out success. Okay, so now this is there. Go to dash profile. What you want to do is you want to basically have it imported here, so you could just say sign out success, and then you also have the, do we have the React Redux? Yes, we have the use dispatch. So we have the dispatch, and then we initialized it right here. So we can use dispatch right now to handle this. It's super simple and easy. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna say handle sign out. Okay, so we're gonna have to dispatch the if it's a bad thing, we'll console.log the message. So console.log data.message, and if it's a good thing, we'll dispatch the sign out success. And I believe that's pretty much it. Okay, so now we have the catch, and it should navigate this perfectly. So essentially, if I test this now, go here, inspect, console, refresh. I have to click on sign out, but check one thing. If you go to the Redux, okay, and over here you see right now, if you look at my user state, so over here user, okay, so this is, you can see over here we have a username and all that stuff, right? Okay, so if I refresh this, I'm talking about state over here, yeah, so user, so you can see over here this has all this data, right? Okay, good. When I refresh it, it doesn't really affect it, right? Everything is still there. When I sign out, okay, now I signed out, you can see it went back to the sign in page because I'm not actually allowed to access it. So I'm going to go in the user, you can see current user is null, error is null, and loading false. That's exactly what we did with sign out success. So that reducer was called, and everything went well. So this is super cool. So let's go back and sign in. So basically you could click on this button, and then add in your account. Now you could go back here, go to profile, and you're back with a new account. I mean not a new account, but the same account, because you basically signed out. Okay, so this is all good, but you want to add in the sign out function button over here, because you want to click that, and over here. So let's add it for the header first. So you go to the header component, and you see that there's this button which has the sign out. So it's basically sign in, sign out. Okay, so I know you could just have the on click again. So you're gonna just have 1 second. So we're gonna have on click. Okay, on click handle sign out. Okay, now this handle sign out should be defined here. So it's the same exact stuff. So normally what you could do is just copy this from the dash profile. So what is it? It was this, I believe, handle sign out. Yeah, so copy this entire thing and just paste it right here in the header. So right here. Okay, I believe this is gonna work. So let's go back here, and it should sign. No. Okay, so we have an issue. Sign out success is not defined. So we're gonna have to define that too. It's not an issue at all. So we have current user. So we have dispatch. Okay, so we're gonna have to define that sign out success. So import sign out success from user slides, and I believe now it's gonna work. Okay, good. And the last thing now is for you can ignore all these issues because these are not the issues in our application, and these are some old ones. So if I refresh it, it's going to be gone. See? Okay, so now we have to add a sign out over here. Go back here, and that was in the side, so basically that's called a dash sidebar. Dash sidebar also has a function, so we could, paste that function, handle sign out. You could get that use location. So what is it over here? We need import sign out success from that, and we also need this use dispatch. Remember, this is optional, but yeah, sign out success from the extension I'm talking about, but it's totally fine. I mean, it's good practice. So react/user/user slice sign out and dispatch, and you could initialize the dispatch here. So just have the dispatch say const dispatch and then use dispatch. Okay, this is good. We have the sign out right here, but we want to activate it. So we go here into this this sidebar. So we have a sidebar class name with full, and then we have in medium devices, and higher we have width to 56. Sidebar.items and sidebar.item group. Okay, we have item group, and then here we have current user. If it's active, you'll see the dashboard. Okay, and then we'll have a link to the profile. Okay, that's good. And then we have another one. So basically, we'll have link to the profile, and then we want to do the same thing for link to the sign out page. So we could just say, okay, I can have sidebar.item. Okay, so I'll just say sidebar dot item. Okay, and then we have okay, so in here we could have icon. Icon is equal to hi. So this is actually called hero icon. Arrow sm right. Okay, and then we have class name equal to not that, cursor hyphen pointer, and then we have on click, and this click will call in that sign out functionality. So handle sign out, perfect. And we'll just name it as sign out. Okay, so now this should be there. Refresh. Okay, so what happened here is if I refresh this, we have this issue, called reference error, high arrow sm is not defined. So that's simple. This is part of React icons. So over here you would just say import high what is it called? High arrow sm right, RIGHT. I believe it's that, and then okay, we got the sign out thing too. So refresh it. Okay, good. So now we have the sign out over here. You can see this is active, and when I click on this, it's this. But now if I click on sign out, it signs out. So that's pretty much it with this one.